Perfect. Yes. A very, very good morning, guys. Very, very good morning. So, yes, you can hear me. You can see the screen. All right. Let us start our today's session. So, guys, yes, before starting our today's sessions, as always, let us just try to have a very small, a quick recap of the concepts. So, yesterday, we completed discussing about servlet context and servlet config. What is the difference between servlet context and servlet config? Kindly please do remember whenever we are using servlet config, we used web.xml tags. Do you remember that? Web.xml tags we used now? And whenever we are using that tag, web.xml tag here, we will be giving URL pattern, servlet URL pattern. If you are giving this URL pattern, you should not give that annotation web servlet in the servlet, in the Java file. If you are having both the things means your server will not start. Remember that. Are you understanding me? See, guys, there are three common scenarios. Okay. No, just a second. Okay. No, no. Just a minute, guys. Online students, just a second. Just a second. Is my voice clear now? Now it's clear? Okay, okay. Now, there are three common scenarios where or when the server will not start. Scenario number one, already server is started. In your Tomcat server, if you already server started, you cannot restart the server same time. For example, you are having a bike. You already started your bike. Can you again start the bike without stopping it? We cannot do na. Same scenario here also. So one more time, I am saying this. There are three scenarios, mainly, a lot of other things are also, but most common scenarios are three. First one, already server is started. Again, if you are trying to start the server again, no, it will not start. First one. Second scenario, if two servlets are having same URL pattern. For example, admin login servlet, customer login servlet. For these two servlets, if you are using same URL pattern like log, your servlet, your server will not start. Means any two servlets should not be having the same URL. Every servlet should be having a different URL pattern. That is scenario two. Scenario three, for one servlet, if you are having two URLs, it may be same URL or another URL. For example, yesterday we used servlet config, and here in servlet mapping, we are already mapping the servlet. Just a second, where here. In web.xml, we are already mapping display servlet with this URL. Again, in your servlet also, if you are having this URL, your server will not start. Why? Because for one servlet, there are two URLs. No, there should be only one URL. Am I clear with that? These are the common scenarios where when a server will not start. Kindly please do remember that. Okay. So yes, yesterday we discussed about servlet context and servlet config. Done. We already completed. Now today we will be speaking about filters. We will be speaking about filters in servlet programming. Filter. Okay. What is a filter? Okay, let me make this simple. Uh, how to say this? Okay, let me go with like normal theoretical way, technical way. Filters acts as a additional layer of security. Simple funda. Filters acts as a additional layer of security. Servlet is having, filter is having. Filter will be having more priority than the servlet. First, the client, whenever the client is sending a request, that request up to now, who is going to handle servlet? But if you are using a filter, that request will be first accepted by the filter. Then it will be coming to the servlet. For example, a very simple guys, don't make it complicated. Just let me try to For example, we are having client CLIENT client. Okay. Up to now, what we know, client is actually trying to send a request, and that request will be handled by the servlet, and servlet is going to generate the response. That is what we know up to now. But right now, I'm speaking about one more small concept, that is filter. FILTR filter. Now, what this filter, it's an interface, by the way. Servlet, no, servlet, generic servlet, HTTP servlet. Servlet, that is an interface. Generic servlet, class, abstract class. HTTP servlet, abstract class. Yes or no? Now I'm speaking about filter. It's an interface. It's an interface. Now, whenever we are using this filter, what happened, first that request which is actually sent by the client will be accepted by the filter. From the filter, it will be coming to the servlet. So basically what filter will be doing, filter will be acting as a additional layer of security. Even without filters also, only with servlet, we can handle the project. Absolutely okay. We can handle the project. But if you are using filter, that's what I'm trying to say. Just like a additional layer of security. As simple as, for example, just for example, right now, I'm speaking about offline students. Directly, you are coming to third floor. Our classroom is present at third floor. Directly, you're coming. Starting days of advanced Java, you don't know where our floor is. So there is a filter. There is a person who is standing below, I mean, at the ground floor. And what he's saying, actually, okay, you're advanced Java, you please go to third floor. He's actually guiding you to go to the third floor. If you are having the fees details, are you understanding me? So basically, what that particular person is doing, that person is checking whether you are eligible to go to the class or not. You need to respond, guys. Are you understanding me? Exactly the same filter also will be doing. Just like a additional layer of security. Without filters also we can handle, absolutely we can handle, no problem. But as I said, just like a additional layer of security. Now here you need to remember one more small point, that is, listen to me very clearly. No two servlets should be having the same URL. Yeah, we know that. Filter and servlet will be having the same URL. Filter and servlet will be having the same URL. Sir, I did not understand. Okay. For example, login.html. Just a second. Okay. Eyes on the board. This is login.html. Just simple username and password. Login. I want you to imagine. Username, password, login. This is actually HTML. We will write that username, password, submit in the form action. Yes or no? Please respond. Form action. In the form action, obviously, we'll be using a URL. For example, log, log. Now, this is login filter.java, eyes on the board. This is welcome servlet.java. Previously, what we are using, previously, we are just using only servlet. Previously, client will be sending a request. That request will be directly going to the welcome servlet.java. It's a Java file. And here what we'll be writing, extends HTTP servlet. And inside this do post method, we'll be writing do post method. And we'll try to check whether login is right or wrong, like username and password is right or wrong, by using user bean, user login, DAO, DB connect, DB info. Yes or no? You need to respond, guys. So my question is whether client entered correct username or not. I repeat, whether client entered correct username or not, previously we are actually checking directly with the help of the servlet. Right now, what I am saying, instead of directly using servlet, we will be able to use a filter. Now that request, whenever the client send a request, that request will be first directly coming to the filter, login filter or Java implements filter. I told you filter, that is an interface now. Please respond. Yes. Now, when you're speaking about servlet, Nana, please listen. When you're speaking about servlet, we'll be using an annotation for mapping the URL. What is the annotation? At the rate web servlet, na? Yeah, yes. We'll be using annotation na? At the rate web servlet. But whenever you are using filter, we need to use an annotation that is at the rate web filter. At the rate web filter. Now here you will be using an URL. Let's go like log. Here also you need to give the same URL, and here also you need to give same URL. Filter, servlet, both will respond to the same URL. But first, who is going to trigger filter or servlet? First, filter will be triggered. In the filter, we will check whether that particular person is eligible to go to the servlet or not. Whether that particular request is eligible to go to the servlet or not. If it is eligible, we'll be trying to forward it to the servlet by using filter chain. When you're speaking about filter concept, filters in servlet, there are three things which you are supposed to have an idea. First one is filter, just like servlet, filter. Second one is do filter, just like do post, do get. Service method. You know, service method is there, na? Just like that. After that, filter config. Filter config, just like servlet config. See, don't make it complicated. Again, I'm saying simple concept. Filters acts as a additional layer of security. If we are having filter and a servlet, first who is going to respond? Filter is going to respond. Both filter and servlet, both filter and servlet should be having the same URL. That's it, not more than that. When you're speaking about filters, there are some methods like filter. We'll see. I'll be trying to give the notes. My voice is okay. Mic is getting like that. Why my mic is getting like that? Just a second.